Hello everyone, my name is Blue Raven 666 and today I actually want to get on a more random topic, I guess you could say. It's all relative. Let me just tell you that right now. It's all relative, but today I actually want to talk about animals from PetSmart. Now, in terms of animals from PetSmart and Petco, getting animals from there has a really bad reputation, both from where both places get their animals and how they take care of their animals. Trust me, you can search up these videos on YouTube and you'll come across a lot of different scenarios where people have gone undercover to check out what these animals are being put through and everything else. It's basically a horror story uh, actually happening for these animals, but I honestly didn't think it would happen to a PetSmart that was near me because, all the PetSmarts I've ever been to seemed like they took care of their animals really nicely. They all looked really nice and, well taken care of. But that was my opinion before I became very knowledgeable about reptiles and in particular ball pythons. Now, all of you who have stuck around recently know my ball python Leo. I got Leo kind of behind my parents' back at a reptile expo, and they're not exactly happy about him, but they are willing to accept him being in the house. Um, I really shouldn't have done this because it's breaking so many rules. But while I went to PetSmart one time to pick up some new hideouts for my blue tongue skink, Alex, I kind of stopped by the reptile section and checked out all the live reptiles that they were keeping. And I kind of saw what all the people who were going undercover in these pet stores were talking about. The geckos looked awfully thin, like baby geckos, awfully thin. They had no fat storage in their tail, which is bad. For all of you people believing the myth that fat storage in the tail is bad, fat storage in the tail is good. It's when the tail is ridiculously thin and skinny and has nothing stored in there that it is bad. So, getting that straight right now, but these leopard geckos, they weren't like packed into these tiny cages like they were in some other videos, but these animals were underweight and didn't look like they were having such happy fun times. So I did kind of make a mental note of that, but the animal that really sparked my interest, you guessed it, was a, and I quote, fancy ball python. For those of us who are experts on ball pythons, we know each ball python has a name no matter how ridiculous the pattern or coloration is. So that's who I want to introduce you to. This is breaking rules on so many levels, but I couldn't resist. I would like you all to meet Chance, and he's a little bit more lively and feisty than Leo. And he's checking out the camera, really wanting to say hi. Alright, Chance, as far as knowledge in terms of what his patterning is, I believe he's a cinnamon ball python. For those of you who may be able to make anything of the patterning whatsoever, I believe he may be a cinnamon ball python, but I don't know. He could be a normal ball python. I'm not entirely that knowledgeable. I'm just going based off of similarities I have seen on other reptile pictures, but as you can see, he's nowhere near as large as Leo is. He's very tiny, and I couldn't resist. I couldn't stop thinking about him because when I first saw him, he was in a really, really bad physical state. I don't have my phone that has the pictures that I took of him when I first got him, but he had shed stuck square on his face. And it wasn't one layer of shed, it was two layers of shed, which I'm willing to bet goes back to his first shed. I'm guessing he hatched sometime earlier this year, if not in December, and with that two layers of shed stuck on there, I'm guessing his first shed didn't come off completely, and he had one layer, he had two layers stuck on his face. Both eye caps stuck on there, and for those of you who don't know, peeling skin that humans get is nothing like shedding skin on a snake. I mean, it has to come off in one clean go, otherwise it's just stuck on there. It'd be like gluing a piece of paper to your skin. It's kind of difficult to get off without causing some damage. So, I mean, I saw him, and not only did he have the shed stuck square on his face, I mean, he was, and still is, seriously underweight. I don't know about you, but that's awfully skinny for a baby ball python. I've seen plenty of ball pythons that were chunkier than this when they were babies. And he used to be a lot thinner than this, actually. He is a little bit stockier now because I've fed him 3 fuzzy mice after getting that shed off of his face. And yeah, I mean, they attributed his not eating to stress, that, you know, of him coming over and then being in the store. I don't think it was that. I just think that he was confused and didn't know what to do in terms of having the shed stuck on his face, because once I got the shed off and, you know, had the fuzzies put in his tank, those fuzzies were gone. Like, overnight, they were gone. So I was very, very surprised there. Pleasantly surprised. At least he's eating. Neighbors just rolled down my driveway. I'm very sorry about that. But, I mean, that was probably the first time I actually witnessed what actually how PetSmart actually treats their reptiles. I was told by the lady who was boxing him up for me that, they were trying to help him. They were putting fuzzies and pinkies in with him to see if he would eat them. And honestly, if I was just like stuck like this with trying to see the world like this, I wouldn't know what to do either. I wouldn't know where the food was. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure stress may have been a factor from being transported from the facility where he hatched to the store for maybe a week or so. I mean, after that, he should have adjusted to his surroundings pretty well. Also, when I got him, I was given this nifty little feeding schedule thing, and I finally figured out what everything on there meant. But one label really stood out to me, and that was that aggressive label right there. I don't know about you guys, but he's just a little baby. I'm not getting any sort of aggressive right there. Nothing. Like, he's just kind of scared and doesn't know what's going on is all. I mean, he tried striking out at me once while I was setting up his enclosure. That's about it. I mean, he hasn't tried striking out at me since. And really, he's just a little puppy dog. I mean, he's chill, he's cool. He's a lot more energetic and active than Leo is, but I mean, he's he's not really all that aggressive. So I don't think he deserves that aggressive label. But I'm really glad I picked him up because I'm pretty sure between him being underweight, his aggressive label, and the shed stuck onto his face, nobody would have wanted him. Because, I mean, really, people want a beautiful animal. As you can see, he's very, very beautiful now, but, I mean, with the ugly shed stuck to his face and everything, I mean, he looked like something that would die within a week or so. So, I mean, a lot of my friends I've told that I've gotten him have asked me if I just took him in as a rescue. I kind of took him in as a rescue and kind of making him my new pet. Unfortunately, my parents don't know I have him. I'm kind of keeping him in secret. So, I mean, this kind of brings me to my next point about PetSmart animals is, I mean, a lot of people on YouTube who own reptiles, they'll say don't buy animals from PetSmart because they're all sick and everything else, and they treat their animals horribly, and you don't want to support these chain pet stores and whatever. On the one hand, I can understand that. On the other hand, I mean, if you want to make a difference in an animal's life like that, I mean, what's doing nothing, like not going into the store, taking them from the store and trying to do what you can to help them, going to do? I mean, yeah, I could have decided to obey my parents' rule of no more animals in the house and, leave this guy in the store, but that's not gonna make this guy any healthier. If anything, his condition would have gotten worse. That's just the way I see it. I mean, I have been reading up on a lot and a lot of methods as to take care of sick ball pythons, and everything I have tried has been helping this guy tremendously. And I think I have Brian from BHP Reptiles to thank for his advice on how to care for minorly sick snakes like this guy, because he taught me how to get the stuck shed off his face and how to get this guy to feed. So I'm really grateful for that advice. I've gotten him and it's all worked, and he's definitely seeming a lot more energetic now. Like every time Chance moved, he was breathing heavily. At first I thought he was stressed, but like every time he'd slither around, like crawl around my hand like he is now, he had to take a deep breath in, like. Now the entire time I've been holding Chance, he hasn't done that once. So I'm impressed with the progress he's made. So, I mean, I think if I hadn't bought Chance on Tuesday, when I did, he would have still been miserable, hungry, and half blind. So, I have no regrets. And so, I swear to God, this is going to be the last ball python I get until I have my own place. So, anyways, I'm going to put this guy back once I wrap up my video because he's wanting to go places. So, anyways, that'll be all for this video. If you enjoyed this video from me, please leave a like. If you did not enjoy this video from me, for whatever reason, leave a dislike, and if you enjoyed this video from me and you'd like to see more, please subscribe to my channel. If you have something to say about this video, leave it in the comments. I will read it. And anyways, my name is Blue Raven 666 saying goodbye for now, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.